Hi guys, Olga is here. I'm just shifting up my background a little bit before we get started. Thank you so much for joining me for this Facebook Live. If you don't know me, my name is Olga Bochreva. I'm a relationship coach and advanced fast EFT practitioner. So I specialize in helping people find love. So today I had a couple of juicy questions coming in, and I'll be answering one that I hear a lot from my community and a lot from the women and men that I work with. And so the question is, how do I attract the right partner for me? Not just people that are similar to the one that I had in my previous life and I'm not quite happy with, but the right partner. This is such a juicy question. I'm so glad that you asked, because I'm very, very excited to talk about this specific topic. So let's dive in. Now, the first tip, so we're going to talk about 3 things that you can do to start it right now, to start the momentum right now. The first thing really has to do with getting clear on what is the right partner for you, right? I'm just going to move this thing a little bit closer. Hang on. And so often people get out there and start, shopping for the right partner, right? So we go to the dating websites and we are really getting out on the market, but we are not very clear about what we want. And so guess what? If you don't know what you want, you probably will not get what you want, right? So it's a very, very simple truth. And so people really don't know how to truly go about it, how to be very clear about what you're looking for. And so let's talk about this process, and let's talk about writing your list. Now, different coaches talk about this differently, right? So I'll give you my take on that, and I'll give you an example of what does this list look like, so it really has this energy and this vibration of what is the right partner for you like. So I've written this list about a year and a half ago. So it was about 6 months before Ernie came into my life, who is my fiance and who's my husband-to-be. He's absolutely amazing person, really different from the kind of man I dated in the past. He is deep and supportive and gorgeous, emotionally and in many, many ways. And so this is a different type of relationships that I'm experiencing right now, and it's such a contrast with what I had in the past. And so my coach recommended to write this list, and this is what she said. This is important, guys. Focus on the feelings and focus on the dynamic in their relationships. So often when I ask people to write the list, they'll start listing characteristics like how tall he is, the color of the eyes, the kind of job you do, how much money he makes, and all of these things are important, but they are not really the crucial things that you do want. What you want to focus on is writing down how you want to feel with that person, right? The energy of the relationships, the interactions, and some of the qualities that are important to you. The second thing I wanted to mention about the list is really what is the deal breaker here. So years ago, when I was still in a marriage that was quite miserable, and I was learning all these things, how to improve my relationships, and if I was in the right relationship in the first place, I was listening to the interview with Deepak Chopra. Now, if you don't know who Deepak Chopra is, he's one of the leading experts in health and wellness, and he does this meditation with Oprah. But anyways, so somebody asked him, how do you attract your soulmate? How do you attract your, ideal partner? And he said, well, that's easy. You write a list of things of what you want that person to be, and you become that. I'm gonna say it again, guys, it's that important. You write a list of things that you want that person to be, and you become that. So this was also a very profound revelation to me when it comes to the list. And I'm not going out there with this, list of things that I want to where my energy and I'm not resonating on the same level. So like attract like, right? So what happens is when you become that, it's very easy and natural for you to attract a similar partner, right? You'll share similar beliefs, you'll have values that are matching on a deeper level. So I hope it makes sense, guys, and I would highly encourage you after this video, or if you're listening to the replay, grab a piece of paper. So this is what my thing looked like, right? And just take a few minutes, put literally 10 minutes on the clock, and sit down and write down how you want to feel in relationships, what that soulmate feels, looks, and smells like, right? So make it very real, very, very kinesthetic almost. And I'll give you an example of what I've written so you have an idea on how to go around it. So this is dated on 2/12/2017, and this is my soulmate. In my relationships, I feel, and here's the thing, guys, the relationship that I'm in now, it's frequently similar to what I've written about, like 90% accuracy. It's similar to what I've written about a year and a half ago. So here's what I wrote. In my relationships, I feel safe, connected, and luxurious. My partner is a tall, gorgeous man. Okay, so I had some physical characteristics there. Is a tall, gorgeous man in his late 30s or early 40s. Okay, maybe Oni is not very tall. He's taller than me. He's emotionally and financially mature. He is, most likely, is an entrepreneur who makes $100,000 a year. He treats me with respect, kindness, attention, and care. By nature, he is generous both with his affection, money, and in bed. That's right, let's talk some adult stuff, right? He's most likely Russian, who lived in United States for a while. He absolutely adores both my strong personality and fun, playful side. He makes me feel understood, connected, present, sexy, and smart. When we are together, conversation flows naturally, and we often finish each other's sentences. He takes good care of himself and his well-being, both emotionally and physically, and it's a priority for him. He likes learning. His motto is learn and grow. He's not afraid to talk about past and have very high level of self-awareness. He's a very wise man, and I learn a lot from him. We take good care of each other. We both are good listeners and interested in learning more about each other's soul. And it's going on and on, guys, for like another page and a half. Hey Anita, so great to see you, gorgeous. And so I hope you get an idea what I'm talking about. But if you start listening to this list, it really has to do a lot with the feeling quality of these relationships more than anything else. Yeah, I talk about some, outer stuff because one of my qualities is luxurious. I mean, you look around, like my life look luxurious, like this look luxurious, right? So it's one of my core desired feelings, but again, those are the values that I'm congruent with. So if you're listening to this, guys, number one, make sure to write this list. Very powerful, and apparently totally turns to life, right? And I talk to my clients a lot about it. I say, listen, guys, if you cannot even imagine it, if you cannot do it in your mind, you sure as hell will not be able to do it in real life, right? So start as imagining, start doing it inside of your mind first. All right, ready for number two? Let's do this. So number two has to do with actually believing that what you wrote about is possible. So I call it looking for proof. Here's what I mean by that. So when you wrote this list, and let's say, I'm not sure where your situation is and where you are in your life, but I'll give you my example as something that you can use to understand what I mean. So at the time when I was writing it, and I was even doing this work before I got divorced, right? And so it was getting very close. We were separated. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to start looking for proof that what I want does exist. And that is really very similar to my situation. So I was looking for single moms in late 30s with at least 1 or 2 kids who actually got into relationships, right? So whatever age you're in, whatever place you are in life, if you're a single mom or if you're in your early 40s or 50s or 60s or whatever your circumstances are, start looking for these kind of people who have gotten what you want. And so this could be a little tricky because before I learned this, simple strategies and tapping and all of this good stuff, I actually would be like looking away from people who have what I want. I would see like pictures of happy families on Facebook and I would just like delete. I would just close this one because it triggered me so much. I was like, why do they have this? I want it. How come the life is so not fair that they have what I want? But thanks God to tapping, right? Because it helps you understand that, okay, if they have it, awesome, you are next. Get excited. So jealousy is a good thing. So if you start having this sensation when you're, hey Caroline, how gorgeous to get you here. So if you are in a place when you are going through a divorce or you're considering, am I in the right place in our relationships, start looking for the proof. Start looking for the people who got what you want. So for example, I was looking for very specific people. There's a very specific set of circumstances. I was looking for the second marriage somebody who was, sorry, I guess my ear, somebody who was in late 30s or early 40s and who had 2 kids, right? I was specifically looking for someone who was happy. And I gotten into their heads a little bit and a little bit under the skin because I was asking them questions. I was like, what does your life look like? So in my search for the people like that, I found 4 people who had what I wanted. And one of them was my virtual assistant, and one of them was a mom that I knew, and one of them was somebody who was in my close circle of friends, so I could kind of talk to them about it. I said, listen, is this thing real? Can you really have a second happy marriage and a second successful relationships? And a lot of them said, yes. You know so much better what you want the second time around, and you understand yourself and people also much better. So start looking for proof, and if you feel any resistance or any jealousy, good stop. It's just when you're on the right track, tap on it, right? It's okay to let it go. If you're not familiar with tapping, we're going to do a round of tapping at the end of this session, so no worries, I got you covered. Okay, so we got make a list and become that, right? And we talked about look for the proof, so start looking for people who have what you want. So number 3 is actually very important. How long did it take? How long did it take to find the proof, or how long did it take to find a soulmate? Great question. I'll wait for the answer and I'll answer this question. And so the third thing has to do with actually creating space for these relationships, right? The third thing has to do with releasing what you had in the past so you can have something new, you can have something different. And you probably heard me saying this, but emotion takes physical real estate. And so if you have certain way of feeling in your body, it's hard to shift and it's hard to have something else. To find the man, it's a great question. It actually was very quick. So I need to ask, how long did it take for me to find the right partner for you? So altogether, from the moment when I was divorced to when we actually got engaged, it only took me a year and a half. I know it's crazy soon, but I've been tapping like 2 years before that. You know what I mean? I've been laying the groundwork. So we got divorced in January 2017. I started dating in like March of the same year. So I started dating only like 3 or 4 months after we got divorced. And in May we met. So from today, it was a year ago when me and Ernie met. And so we are moving in together and things are looking really good. So it could be really fast when you're ready. And here's something interesting, guys. So if somebody will tell you that you're ready, that you're not ready to find a man, they don't know you. They don't know your story. They don't know where you are. So just to kind of give you an example, even my Fast 50 practitioner, even my coach, hey, thank you, she told me, Olga, you're not ready to start dating yet. Don't get into anything serious. It was so funny. Thank you, gorgeous. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate you. She said, go just kind of do some casual dating, get out there, just have fun, but don't get into serious relationship. She told me, you're not ready. Isn't that funny, guys? And so when I work with clients, I say, listen, I don't have the answer, but there are keys to success, and there's structure of success, and there are ways to look for these clues, and there are ways to learn how to trust yourself, right? Because it's really the best gift that you get from a good coach is they teach you how to tune into your inner resources and to trust this guidance. So the third thing, so number 3 thing, is to create energetic space for that, right? And I remember when I started dating, like the first guy that I got into a relationship with, and so we dated for like 3, 4, or 5 weeks, he was awfully similar to my ex-husband. So his name was Bernard, and he's a great guy and everything, but he was really not what I really wanted, right? The level of depth wasn't there. He was tall and he was an engineer, yada, yada, yada. But I couldn't have a conversation with him that lasted for more than 10 minutes and that was beyond what's for dinner and what kind of weather there. You know what I mean? I was really looking for someone who has a substance, who can understand the kind of things that I do and how I make a difference on the planet. So just to kind of give you a contrast, Ernie is the one who encouraged me to quit my full-time job and start doing this work that I'm doing with clients now. Because he say, Olga, you're so talented. Things that you have to offer are amazing. You should go and help other people. And so none of these things I would be able to achieve with this guy. But here's what I had to do to get them. So step number 3 has to do with creating energetic space or forgiveness work. I remember literally doing this forgiveness challenge, the 5-day forgiveness challenge with my people. And I just like casually said, hey guys, anybody want to do some forgiveness work? Let's do this. And I was running this challenge and I had like hundreds and hundreds of women join me on this challenge. And it wasn't part of my marketing or anything. It just was amazing how many of us innately understand this need to let go and to create space for something that we truly, truly want. And so if you haven't done forgiveness work, if you have a person in your life that you feel resentment toward, anger, sadness, anybody from your past or in present, do this first. Why? Because the way you feel about others is the way you feel about yourself. Very simple law of attraction, right? I'm gonna say it again, guys. The way you feel about others, but of what you give to others, you give to yourself. If you heard work of Denise Duffield Thomas or any one of these teachers, you also know that forgiveness is really good for money blocks, right? So it's equally good for money blocks and for relationships because it gives you an abundant space. It makes you feel squeaky clean when you get out there and you start doing this. So what we'll do, guys, together we go ahead and tap. If you're not familiar with tapping, it's a very simple technique. It's like an emotional version of acupressure. And I've been a certified practitioner for like over 5 years. Now, if this is your first time doing it, it might be a little weird, no worries. But I can guarantee you, when it comes to clearing deep beliefs, when it comes to healing deep wounds and really rewriting your blueprint on the beliefs level, right, on a deep, deep level, I still swear by Fast EFT is one of the best tools to get there. Now, don't get me wrong, I still do journaling, I still do meditation, I do a lot of other tools that support my lifestyle, but Fast EFT is my hands down best tool to clear things. So we'll do a very simple round of tapping together, and all I want you to do, guys, is just to kind of stretch a little bit, close your eyes, and start thinking about your ideal partner. So if you are in relationships, that's totally fine. You can still think about the partner. So let me talk a little bit about, because that's another question I get asked. So if I am in relationships and I want to create, this best partnership, how to go about it? Do I stay or do I go? So what does it mean? So I heard it from another coach years ago, and she said it's very simple. As you change within, your relationships transform. So just do your part, right? So every relationship has 2 parts. So just do your part, and naturally you'll figure it out. At some point, you'll just know, that this is the right thing for you, and you'll make a decision. So as you grow and change, your alignment change with that person, right? And so he will either choose to come and meet you there, or naturally the relationship will run its course. I hope it makes sense here, guys. But this was my mantra when I was tapping. I was saying over and over again, as I change within, my relationships transform. As I change within, my relationship transforms. And sure enough, I stayed in a marriage that didn't serve me for like 2 or 3 years. But guess what? We women will leave every single stone unturned, right? Before we call it. And I'm glad that I did it, because I look back and I don't have a single worry, or I don't feel sorry about anything. I know that I've done all I can. So this was a good practice too. All right, so close your eyes. So we're gonna do some forgiveness work. I'm just gonna think about the person that you would like to forgive or that you'd like to make peace with, whether it's your former partner or your current partner, or maybe it's your parents, or maybe it's an ex-boyfriend, or maybe it's somebody from the past who hurt you in one way or another. Just find the person. When you do, give me thumbs up or say, I got one, so I know that you're ready. And I've done a lot of work on my ex-husband, but lately he got in touch and we talked on the phone, and he didn't change even a little bit. So I've forgiven him. He's still a jerk, and it was so funny. So I talked to him. I was like, okay, I think I could do a little bit more forgiveness on him. I mean, for the big part, it didn't trigger me or anything. I was like, no, maybe just a little bit. And so find that partner and that person or somebody in your life that you're ready to forgive, and just picture him. So close your eyes and notice that person. Notice the energy of that. If it's an ex, just kind of bring it in. If it's anything else, another person that you maybe dated, or somebody who hurt you, or somebody who betrayed you, in any ways caused you any harm, just kind of go there and picture it. Now what I want you to do is I want you to Just take a deep breath, guys. Go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. And as you close your eyes, I want you to imagine that you're holding 2 helium balloons in your hand. If you were to release and let go of the balloons, what happened with them eventually? So watch them fly away, right? Disappear in the distance. You can notice them completely gone, completely disappeared. Now feel this feeling for the last time. If it's resentment or anger or whatever it is, pissed off, frustrated, irritated, whatever the thing is, go ahead and feel it. Give yourself permission to really, really feel it, guys. Knowing that you'll get out better on the other side because we're going to tap on it. And as you do, I want you to we're going to do the setup statement, guys. So it's called karate chop. Point is on the side of the hand. You're going to take 2 fingers. Now this is from classic EFT, but I find it very useful when it comes to forgiveness. And just tap on the side of the hand, repeat after me. So this is something called setup statement. Say, even though I'm so upset with that person, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I say, even though I hate that guy, I love and accept myself anyways. Even though I don't feel listened or understood there, or I feel any other negative emotions connected to that person, I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. Tap between your eyes. Just kind of repeat after me. So the points are this one, that one, onto the eye. There's one right here. And we're going to just grab your wrist and kind of push around like this. And to say this feeling, all the ways I'm upset, the irritation, the betrayal, I don't feel understood. How do I attract the right man? How do I create perfect relationships? All these thoughts, all these worries, it's safe to let it go. That time when he said something or did something, it's safe for me to release it. That is my part. I cannot change him or what he does or say. That is not my job. I never will be able to. But I can raise my vibration and change my feelings. And as I do, I attract more of that. So if I feel happy most of the time, I'll attract more happy circumstances. If I feel frustrated a lot of times, the energy of this will naturally come into my life. It's all what I see. So it's safe for me to change the way I feel. Doesn't make them right. It doesn't excuse them from what they do, but it makes me feel better. And it releases what's inside of me. It's safe for me to leave the past in the past. It's no longer real. It doesn't exist. Every day is a new day. It's safe for me to let it go. It's safe for me to move forward. It's safe for me to allow to have great relationships. It's safe for me to grow up and be happy. It's okay to let it go. With love, compassion, and understanding, I now forgive, I now forgive, I now forgive. And I bring all power back into my body. I'm willing and deserving to receive love and abundance. So this one called tapping forgiveness mantra. So go ahead and grab your wrist, just kind of pulse around like this. Very good. Breathe in. And breathe out. Close your eyes, say peace. Not like a green peace, but like a world peace, you know, like peace, peace. It's just an anchor word that kind of settles you down. So this is a sample round of tapping. If you've never done it before, it looks weird, it's totally fine. The first time I did it, I was like, oh my gosh, let me close the door, make sure nobody's looking. But since then, I've learned how to tap. I tap on others all the time. I remember tapping on a friend in Starbucks, and I didn't even care. Sometimes I walk on the street, I go for my walk, I tap like this. I see a world where people are tapping all the time because it's such an amazing tool to help you clear stuff really quickly. So again, if you're not familiar with tapping, this technique helps your body relax. So when we say those things, when we make the statements, it kind of bypasses our safeguard and it kind of, your subconscious mind becomes more more receptive to those suggestions. So that's why tapping works so well. So tap, release, let go. The past is in the past. Most importantly, know that you're deserving and willing to have this new relationship, to create what you want. You can, it's totally possible. If you're not there yet, I totally know how you feel, because I've been there, and part of me was like, well, it doesn't even exist. Are there really deep conscious men out there? It's probably just a total nonsense. And the truth is they are, right? So as we grow within, as we change our internal representations, it's totally possible to attract the partner who's a good match for you. So allow yourself to have this. And part of me was thinking, before I got in a relationship of this quality, like, what is it going to be like, right? What's it going to be like, really? And the truth is, it's not what I imagined. And in many, many ways, it's much, much better than what I've imagined. And in much ways, it's just different. But the truth is, it's really absolutely awesome. And the true love, I believe, does exist. And so once you discover and once you experience something like that in your life, the only thing you want to do is the rest of your life is to help others to do this. So I'm on a mission to help more women and more people, because there's 2 guys just schedule sessions with me. I never tap with guys a whole lot. But I had 7 new tapping clients this month, and 2 of them were guys. I was like, am I off with my marketing? Or it's just, across the board, everybody more happiness, right? Anyways, guys, tap, forgive. It's okay to let it go. The past is in the past. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Oh, by the way, if you are not in my email list, make sure to sign up, because I'll be doing a webinar really soon, probably in September. So you can get an invitation to join us and do some really gorgeous work together. I can be found at www.olgabochareva.com. I'll make sure to mention it. Oh, Anita, thank you, gorgeous. So Anita, I've known her for years, right, Anita? When did we meet? 3-4 years ago? It was amazing, and we always did this kind of thing. You're very welcome, Lorena. It was so great to get you, gorgeous. And so very, very happy to see you guys. Tap, forgive. It's okay to let it go. Things are about to get better. Love you guys. Till next time.